am Patricia Bokede. Welcome to my channel. We are talking about recognizing the signs of child abuse. It's a very crucial topic, and this particular topic really, concerns parents and child caregivers majorly. So whether you are a parent or you are a child caregiver, you are a teacher, you are a children church teacher, you are an imam, or in whatever way that you have connection with children, you need to recognize the signs of abuse. Like we discussed previously, that there's four major types of abuse. So now, if a child is going through physical abuse, what are the signs you are likely going to see? So now, why am I saying whether parents or caregivers? So abuse may happen in school, and the child will come with a sign of abuse to the home. So as a parent, if you know the signs you need to recognize, you can say, oh, this child did not inflict this, didn't have this sign on his body or her body before leaving home today. And if it happened at home, you as a child caregiver, in whatever level you are reaching out to children, maybe a teacher, a children church teacher, a Islamic teacher, or you are just a caregiver, maybe you are a day caregiver, or you are even a Bible club teacher, whatever level you connect with children. If you recognize these signs, you can trace the abuse to where it is coming from, and this is majorly to save a child that may be going through abuse. Now, don't ever neglect, don't ever assume that because a child is coming from a home, the child may not be abused. Sometimes there could be challenges in the home. There could be serious issues happening between the couple, and that may put children in danger. So don't say because daddy or mommy is dropping the children in school, oh, the children are fine. No, it doesn't work that way sometimes. And don't always assume because they look pushy or something that they are 100% okay. Some parents have domestic staff at home who can abuse children. So no abuse should be overlooked. So what are the signs of physical abuse? So a child, like I shared in my book, Breaking the Cycle of Child Abuse, I spoke extensively on physical abuse, the signs you may see. First, practical live experiences were shared in that book. So what are the signs? So some children may have what is called the skin may tearing. It could be scars, it could be redness. Imagine a child that was slapped on the face and you see shots of blood, eye shot, is it blood shots? Yes, on the eyes, or the cheek is red. If it's a fair child, of course the skin will be red. It's one particular part of the skin will be more red than the other. Some children, you see vividly the sign of cane on their body. Something is going on in the life of that child, and it needs to be looked into. Don't ever overlook any form of abuse. Don't assume that, oh, it should be the parents. No, it may be more than that. We've seen children that, were severely abused and lost their life. And remember, I said that this abuse, whether physical or any form of abuse, inflicts emotional trauma in the children. So maybe a child came home with fracture or came to school with fracture. Probably the parents were fighting and they hit the child. You never can tell. So abuse should never be overlooked. Now, another sign of abuse, of abuse, if it's emotional abuse. Now, a child, in fact, in the book Breaking the Cycle of Child Abuse, I highlighted a number of signs you can see if a child is emotionally abused. So, for example, a child that is very outspoken, very jovial, and all of that, suddenly became withdrawn. You should be curious. What is happening in the life of this child? Some children become fearful, that they want to be pleasing everybody. They want to quickly, because of fear of, don't let me get into trouble. It seems like they are respectful, but that is not the real thing. They are actually afraid to be abused. They are too quick to say, yes, ma. They are so afraid. It could show that the child is going through abuse. Now, somehow emotional abuse, it's emotional now. You may not even see what is happening in the mind of the child. But another example is the child who was doing very well in the class may begin to come. Maybe the child was topping the class and now is in the middle or in the low class. That child may be going through abuse. If it's neglect now, maybe the child is always hungry. I run an after school holiday program too. Now sometimes will bring children, and by 11 o'clock they say the child have not eaten breakfast too. Why? We query it. Why? Well, till 11. You are bringing a child at 11, 12, child have not taken breakfast. Something is wrong. Either the parents was not paying attention, because at least if they are toddlers, the first thing they ask you is, mommy, I'm hungry. So whatever made that child not to eat till like 11 or 12, something may be wrong. We need to pay, pay attention. And it could be the child is always hungry, always crying. The child is coming to school dirty, or always dirty, maybe in church, not looking tidy. That can show a sign of neglect, probably. And also, some parents may be going through health issues that may now lead to neglect on the children. So it may not necessarily be because you want to winch on somebody. It could just be that you're noticing this abuse may be a way to help the family. Because if a child is going through, if a mother, for example, is sick and hospitalized, that means the husband will be taking care of the woman who is taking care of the children. They may be able to offer an advice or something for the family that we're not even thinking about. So it's very important for us to notice the sign of abuse. Now, how do you know if a child is going through sexual abuse? This one is very difficult, because sexual abuse happens in the hidden, and except the child verbalize it, you may not even know. But one way is if a child is too sensitive or knows too much about sex for that age, or the child is suddenly aggressive, suddenly reacts, or if it's a toddler and you are bathing the child and the child is feeling pain in their private parts, or there's injury, infection, this could be sign of sexual abuse. All right, so it's so important for us as caregivers to pay attention to the children that are in our care, because for you to be a child caregiver, children generally cannot take care of themselves. Children are very vulnerable, no matter where they are coming from. Don't ever dismiss. Don't Some of us, when children are from the low socioeconomic status, we assume they are more vulnerable. But sometimes even children from a high network family are very vulnerable to abuse, because most of the time those children are the children that the parents are very busy, very they have high demanding jobs. Parents, mother may be very busy outside there, and the children are neglected, left with domestic staff who can be taking advantage of these children. So in the book Breaking the Cycle of Child Abuse, I discuss extensively on this matter, and especially looking at sometimes the cycle of abuse happen when parents do not recognize that what they are doing is an abuse. And sometimes, especially those who have house help in the home, will be abusing the house help. The house help has learned how to abuse other children. Their children have learned how to abuse children, and this cycle continues. So it's very important for us as parents and child caregivers to understand the signs of abuse, so that we can intentionally, collectively break the cycle of abuse. So to get the book, if you want to learn more about the breaking of cycle, how you can break the cycle of abuse in your family and the community, you'll get the link in the description on this video, and also other content that you will also benefit from. So if this has blessed you or you have learned something, click on the subscribe button, like and share. Thank you for joining me today. I'm Patricia Bokede. See you next time. Bye.
If only humans can learn to love the world.